I would like to invite Dr. Sumaya Dawood from Qasim Bibi College to speak on topic Muslim ladies and girls education. Doctor, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mansoor, brother. I'm very happy to be here. I wish to say my salams to all of you. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. May Allah's peace and blessing be upon all of us on this occasion of this wonderful day, on the first day of this year 2021, with the new initiatives, with the new governance activities which Tamil has taken forward to all the Muslims of this world. Really, it is very appreciative, and I wish to say a few things of Muslim women's education, how it is going to transform their lives. And also, I wish to start with the invocation and the thing is that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Rabbi Shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatam min lisani wa yafqahu qawli, Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma, Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tamim bil khair. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. To begin with, we have to see and recall some of the words of the great people of this globe. Once Napoleon said, "Nation's progress is impossible without trained and educated mothers. Women are not educated, ignorance prevails. In anywhere, anytime, any time, you can see this ignorance starting from the family to the society. Because women lack education, they may not be able to think forward. So we are a part of this nation, and what is our role? And how are we going to execute our responsibilities and roles to enjoy being an educated citizen of this modern India? And how are we going to, why should we educate Muslim women? What is our duties and responsibilities? First of all, to my knowledge and belief, I tell you that to bring socio-economic changes in family and society, women must be educated, in particular Muslim women. And we have to improve our skills and knowledge, and to remove orthodox thinking and eradicate poverty in Muslim community, and increase our self-esteem and helps them to be very self-reliant. And all of us know that women are the backbone of our society. And you know that we constitute equally on par with men. Nearly 50% of this nation hold women population. So coming to the Human Development Index, I wish to tell you and share you that Muslims in India lagging in human development indicators, and though we are constituting 14.2% as per the 2010 data I'm talking, still it has gone out. And how are we going to improve our human development indicators? The first and foremost is through education, school education and higher education. And we need to see that how best women, educated women, they become very successful mothers and responsible citizens, which the nation is looking for. And also Napoleon said, "Give me educated mothers, I will give you educated nation," he said. And according to Islam, a mother's lap is the first school for a child. And you know that among Muslims in India, in particular, the data goes with the dropout rate of is very high than the national average. The national average is 13.2 dropout rate of Muslim women in education is higher than the national average. The national average is 13.2, and our rate is 17.6%. How are we going to fill up this gap? How are we going to improve ourselves? It's $1 million question, unless and otherwise thinkers, philosophers, educators, contributors who have thought of girls' education. And you know that I am here for the past 35 years in this institution, Tasim Bibi Abdul Khader College for Women. And in way back in 1988, this college was founded by our beloved founder, Alhaj B.S. Abdur Rahman, who thought that we need to transform women of this region through education, in higher education. Though there are many schools established by many managements, there is no college for a woman, for minority girls of this region. So his thought has made everyone to be a very big surprise how to educate. This area is a very not a very conducive area to get women, in particular the Muslim girls, to come to higher education portals. But we have been succeeded, and we know that Allah has been guiding us in all along these 3 decades in higher education. And this college has become a nationally recognized autonomous college with a A grade by National Assessment and Accreditation Council. The quality of education what we offer to empower women is very important, as we all know that producing graduates without any skills and higher order skills, there is no point in giving them education. We need to think and align what kind of education we are giving, the right kind of education are we imparting, and how are we going to empower these women to be self-employed. That is the, I am talking all these things on getting things done through people who are contributing so much. And we have to think that how best our quality, how best we benchmark with the global organizations, and we need to be on par with any higher educational institution around the globe. In particular, United States of India, United States of America has so many universities, and our universities have to be upgraded, and our colleges have to be upgraded, our infrastructure has to be upgraded, our internet connectivity has to be upgraded. You know that all these things are going to make us to think, and we have to be very, very assertive in providing good education to our own children who are aspiring for various professional outcomes. So, you know, again, you see that the dropout rate for school education among Muslims in India is 25% of the children, they drop out. And Muslims uh, have the lowest gross enrollment ratio of 7.7% in higher education, as against Christians who have who have enjoyed the highest gross enrollment ratio of 19.85%. Where are we? We are just 7.7 and they are 19.85. And we have to address this also. And Muslims are far behind in national gross enrollment ratio. And in higher education, what I said is about the school education in my previous uh, view. And now we have to address in higher education, still the gap is higher, that is 12.59 in higher education, the gross enrollment ratio. We are far behind. And how are we go? See, Muslim women on par with men. We have to be very, very, we have to think, we have to kindle our thought process and see that, and how, what Quran says in the light of Holy Quran and Hadith. And there are numerous verses and Hadith which insist education equally to both men and women. And if you, I cannot elaborate because the time is short for me. And you have to see that the Surah Al-Alaq, chapter 96, 1 to 6, verses 1 to 6, and Surah Fatir, for chapter 35, 20, verse 28, and Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, 151 verse, and the Surah Jummah, this chapter 62, verse number 2. And all these things have got a they insist, Allah insists that education is important for both men and women. And we have to see that the Sahaba, Abu Sayyid Al-Qudri, he told that women, they want to meet Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and a few women met our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and informed that men have gone ahead of us, and Rasulullah, please appoint a day for us to learn more from the Holy Quran and Hadith. The Prophet has given this precious time and allotted a day to discuss, educate them. So such is the way we have been brought up, and we are lagging somewhere because of the misconceived ideas what the society has engrossed in them. And we need to change this attitude towards women's education, and it is our responsibility to fill up all these gaps to see how best we are going to be on par with the other people of other communities. So as far as education is concerned, we need to see that we need to provide more and more inputs, and we have to be on par with any other educational setup. And in India, in Tamil Nadu, we have now minority girls, for minority girls higher education. We have 13 colleges have been established, and you have to see that how best we are going to empower these women and put them in the national map as achievers in various professionals, in various fields, and women achievers have to be on par with men. So this is my prayers and duas for everyone. See that all families have to be well established, and to see and pray that we need to think of higher education of women and put them in the national and global map. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to deliver such a nice in a nice platform where this Tamil has given the chance to deliberate on various issues, and this precious time has been given through Allah to me to share. Thank you very much, one and all. Wahid dahwana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumaya Dawood. Very impressive speech on Muslim ladies and girls' education. முஸ்லிம் பெண்கள் மாணவிகள் அவர்களுடைய கல்வியை பற்றி இவங்க பலதரப்பட்ட விஷயங்களை நம்மளுடைய தளத்துல பகிர்ந்து கொண்டார்கள். This is the dream coming on behalf of Tamil. Tamil, inshallah, is heavily driven by sisters, girls, as you see, as small as Zainab, right, that we saw here.